This next question comes from Troll Station 123, who says, this is a sensitive question. Oh, I hope I don't have to give a sensitive answer. Anyway, Troll Station says, any thoughts on the fat acceptance, body positivity movement? How come fat women are expected to be accepted as they are, whereas fat men are expected to hit the gym? Seems a bit hypocritical. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of a trend in the Western world. I can see that. I can see where you're coming from. This is not a universal constant throughout all the cultures of planet Earth, however. Yeah, man. Fat acceptance, it's a different thing across the world, especially here in China, man. But generally speaking, as far as the fat acceptance movement goes, okay. Women want empathy from other women. They don't want lectures. They don't want somebody to solve their problems and give them solutions. If they have a problem, they're fat. They know they're fat. They know they're unhealthy. And when they go to their friends to unload their issues and their problems, they want a listening ear. They want somebody to say, there, we're here for you. We love you. We care about you. And the last thing they want to hear is, you have a problem and you need to buck up and fix it. And if you just buckle down like I do, then you can, then you'll be, that comes off as very pretentious and condescending. Men, on the other hand, man, what do men want? We tend to prefer pragmatism. So if we, at least from other men, we go to a group of our friends, we say, hey guys, I have a problem. We want our friends to say, hey, we have a solution. And we're like, all right. Of course, we want that solution to be conveyed in a compassionate manner. We don't want to be made to feel stupid. We don't want to be made to feel like an idiot or a monster. But still, we tend to prefer pragmatic solutions as opposed to merely empathy. Okay, so it is kind of a gender issue. And when you generalize like that, you're gonna cause all kinds of other problems. But generally speaking, yeah, that is how it is. Is that good? Is that bad? That simply is how it is. So if there's somebody that you love, somebody that you care about, maybe your mother, maybe your sister, maybe your wife, maybe your girlfriend, and she is fat and she is unhealthy, maybe she is a major candidate for heart attack or stroke or something like that, and you're genuinely worried about her. And you don't want to shame her or anything like that, right? But how do you convey this message in a sensitive manner? How do you get this person to change? The fact of the matter is, the only voice any of us, women or men, the only voice any of us ever listen to is our own. And so generally when we seek advice from others, what we're really seeking is to hear our own thoughts echoed in somebody else's voice. Unfortunately, if you're a fat, unhealthy person, and some random person on the street walks up to you and says, hey, you're fat and unhealthy, and here's the solution. Start dieting and exercise. There you go. We're going to think, hey, you little jerk, how dare you? That's rude. All right, but take that same fat, unhealthy person, and then they have this internal monologue where they realize, hey, I'm fat, I'm unhealthy, I want to make changes, so I'm going to go see a fitness expert. So they go and they see a fitness expert, and the fitness expert says, all right, you need to diet and you need to exercise. The fat person is going to be much more likely to listen to that trainer. Why is it just because they're a trainer? Well, that has something to do with it, but it's more so because at that point in their lives, the trainer is echoing the thoughts of that fat person. Because they have already made up their mind, I'm going to make a change. So I'm going to go to this expert and I'm going to take their advice. Nobody ever really listens to unsolicited advice And there's so much of it on the internet. Nobody listens to it, man. How many people have you changed in an argument online? Say you're having an argument in the comment section about some video. Oh yeah, well you're wrong. No, you're wrong, and this is why. I'm going to cite all these scientifically proven reasons why you're wrong. There, I totally won. And did that change anything? Even if you were technically correct in your assertions? No. Nobody changed. No lives were affected except for anger and resentment. Yeah, there are some weird fitness standards about men and women. There are lots of different standards about men and women that are different, that are unfair, that are not egalitarian. Life is not egalitarian, my friends. And one of those is if you have a, let's say you have a skinny woman. She's not in shape. She's not athletic, but she's slender. Most people will look at that woman and think, oh, yeah, she looks okay. She looks good. And if you take a man who is skinny, he doesn't exercise, he's unathletic, people tend to look at that and think, there's something wrong with him. Yes, that's inequality. That's unjust. That's unfair. But that's the way it is. Societal expectations of men are very different than societal expectations of women. And we can formulate all kinds of different opinions about that. We can agree with that or not, but that is the way it is. You've probably seen those memes on the internet about unrealistic body expectations that little girls are given with Barbie dolls. You see the Barbie doll with the long, slender legs and the slender torso, and women who don't have that physique sometimes look at that and they look at it resentfully and they think, oh man, Barbie dolls gave me eating disorders or body dysmorphia or something like that because it made me feel like that is the way I was supposed to look. And I don't look like that, so I'm mad. Meanwhile, little boys played with He-Man and G.I. Joe action figures with their six-packs and their giant barrel-chested torsos and their biceps popping out of their biceps and their quads popping out of their quads. And I'm not saying those didn't cause body dysmorphic issues like bigorexia, for example. Yeah, bigorexia, the idea that you can never be big enough. But man, it's simply perceived as comical if men complain about something like that. If a man seriously were to say, He-Man action figures ruined my life because I don't look like He-Man, that's not a realistic body expectation, people would laugh at him. People would laugh. And that's not fair, that's not equality, that's not even nice, but that is the way it is. So we can spend our time fighting against the status quo, fighting against the way humans naturally tend to act as far as gender roles are concerned, or we can focus on what we actually can do. Like that hypothetical fat lady from that story who went to see the trainer to change her life because she had that personal revelation, hey, I need to make some changes. Next question.